All right, time for the next video update. As you can see, the roof is on. It's not 100% finished, but it's really close. And then the other big high flash next step is that the cement slab has been poured. Siding is going up this week. You can see over by Max, they actually dropped some off. Hi Odin, earlier today. So everything that we dug up for water lines, wood stove, and electrical has been backfilled. We still have not had time to dig in septic, which obviously the plumber will have to be here for that. Waiting for this to cure a little more before the bottom boards can come off. But yeah, so the roof is very close to being done, but pretty good. If you're wondering what color scheme we're going with, the same colors as the barn shed, because we already have a blue shop and then a brown shed, and eventually the shop will be redone in that color, so kind of trying to have a consistent theme here. You will notice a few things inside. I guess I should go up first. We put in an attic entry and there are lights and a light switch up there so that after that's all done, I can have storage up there and be able to see, which will be really nice. Clearly the plumbers and electricians have been here and working very hard. They're not quite done yet, but they did so much. And you know, let's look at all the piping. Oh, it's crazy. We're trying to avoid piping anything out through the roof because we want a solid roof with no holes in it. So what we're trying to do is pipe everything out one side or another, but then you have to follow, you know, the rules to code about where everything can be vented out and how close it can be to various things. So it's an interesting process. What Dan and me, very little, but mostly Dan, has been working on is the root cellar. We'll go over there in a second. You can see more plumbing, more electrical work done. Obviously, like I said, it's not finished. And the lights you're seeing in here now, we ran an extension cord because it is nice to be able to see while you are working on stuff. So we went with another exterior door for the root cellar just because it's supposed to be cold in here. So that is preferable. Light, again, it's just hooked up to the extension cord. So we don't have power to the house yet, but we're cheating. So he got all my shelves in. So this was like a whole weekend project. This is all lumber that we had milled in some of those videos I shared in the late winter, I think. So starting to use our lumber stack. He ordered the high-low vents in here, so those will be going in. That's just for, you know, air circulation. And then eventually the other thing we will need to do is putting a dividing wall between these two spaces, because this room does have its own zone of in-floor heat if we would want to keep this at a specific temperature. And obviously this one we will want to be nice and cold. So that's what we've got done so far. We're trying to get a little bit done every night. I'm excited to move all my stuff in here. He just needs to give me the go-ahead, and then I will pack those shelves. The next project that Dan and I will be working on is in-floor heating for the upstairs. So that's going to be quite the project with the two of us, because that's a lot to manhandle, but we will get it figured out. We've kind of been wanting to start that, but we were waiting. We had a question for the inspectors about where exactly we could drill holes to go from, you know, one joist to the other and how big and whatever. So we were waiting to hear back from him before we got started on that. And we finally did. So that is next on our to-do list that we chip away at at night when he's done with work and on the weekends. All of the siding is on. Doesn't it look so cute? And the yard is tore up again to get the septic hooked up. Constant mess, but it is chugging along. Pretty exciting. You can see it from this angle. The big hole in the yard.